Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope all is well. And I'm Marla Copal, and I'm here with just another day of conversation with some fascinating people. So, hello, fascinating people. Today, I want to talk to you about, have you ever had a good day hangover? I'm not talking about drugs, I'm not talking about drink. I'm talking about your mindset is so healthy at the end of the other day, the day before, that you wake up the next day almost exhausted. Ha! What does that mean? I don't know, but I had one the other day, and I got to tell you, it was fun. So here's what happened, I think. You never know. You know what your experiences were, but how does it come together in your inner soul, your health, your spirit? Those are things that are not supposed to be defined. Those are those are just things that go on for you. Your sparks. Your sparks. I think 2020 was harder on me than I thought it was. Because I'm one of those resilient people. I'm going to work things out. And 2021 looked like it was looking up, and I could go out and do things, and I had to really look at, Marla, you need to stay home, connect with more people. Good morning, Mythica. And you really want to see how you can create intimacy online. And you really want to look at some of those projects that I've been putting off, that because I wasn't too sure how to go out and put it out. I didn't want to be another screaming voice in the crowd. I just wanted to be someone with a new idea. I love you too, Mythica. Um, but here's what I'm going to talk about is good day hangovers. So what happened to me the other day, and Mythica, you may be interested in this, so let's connect today if you have time, is I finally found an educational platform of people building a prosperity consciousness, but also it's going to allow me to come in and create my mastermind for changing the paradigm on aging. Now, that may sound interesting to some of you. I'm not talking about things to do, I'm talking about the mindset. We work a lot on the mindset of building prosperity consciousness. But what does a health consciousness look like? And what attitudes are we running around with on aging? Really, seriously. And most people don't get upset with the aging or their being older until somebody discounts them, until somebody says, you kind of need to go on the shelf. You're done. But a lot of people do it to themselves. Retire to them means recline in a recliner. And I'm not being simple. What I'm saying is that I belong to a number of groups, and there's people out there identifying themselves as living on a shoestring. Who wants to live on a shoestring? That thing barely holds your shoes together sometimes. So what's going on? Why is that a cool term? It's really not. But when we language ourselves that way, yes, aging consciousness is like, it's really something that people are not paying aware as much attention to as they should as they do their prosperity. Good morning, everybody who's watching. And so what is what I guess I'm trying to say is I got inspired, or I've been inspired. I met with some people. I floated my idea by someone on Monday that is a leader in network marketing education, but he's inspired also to build a legacy. And I just love his vision of legacy. We're playing in a community of like-minded, wealth-conscious people who are willing to open up to everybody else. And so Omar Periu was on a call the other day, and I was listening to him, and he said, there's four things out there. There's spirituality, there is health, there is happy, and then there is money. And he says, if anybody has money and they're not healthy, they're stupid. Now, I laughed at that. Stupid's not the word I'm going to use, but he was the man with the platform. He got to say it. And it was like, yeah, now's my time. Because part of health is creating your health wealth from whenever you start to think about it. So that health consciousness is not defined by terms that we have. So we've all been culturized to see aging starting at 65. Well, that's an insurance actuarial thing. You know, that's just a thing. Or the government created it so they'd have a line to draw on Social Security. But, it doesn't fit anymore. We're all living longer. By 2050, there'll be 2.9 billion people over 65, and we will be a greater population than those under 15. Now that's scary. But what does it say to us? We got a responsibility. We got a responsibility to take this wisdom that we have, to take this knowledge that we have, to take our awareness of how human beings function, interact, do it well and don't do it well. And we got to inspire people to understand what it is like to own their life, to own their health, and to create all that they want to create. So let's go back to the hangover. What was my hangover? Well, I just had people wanting to get into inspired conversations on Wednesday. So I had them on Monday, had a few on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, that was day 3, and Wednesday was just packed with those conversations. And, when you feel validated, that's really good. But I wasn't looking for any of that. But when I had people get excited about what I was sharing, that was even more rewarding. But you got to remember, I didn't enter any of these conversations looking for reward. It was only when I woke up on Thursday and good morning that I thought, man, where's my energy? Well, my energy was not a bad energy. It was just a tired energy. It was tired because I'd been putting myself out there, and people had been putting themselves back out there in the conversation. We were all professionals with different visions in our mind of how we're going to serve others and how we can continue to serve others. And, I've been an educator for years, and I serve others when it comes to business. Like if you need to have a system and a structure in place, I got that down. I can help you with it. But a lot of times we need to take a diversion over to the healing side. We need to look at, is the spirit in what you're doing, or are you just doing this because other people are doing it? So those are always conversations I have when people come to me for my business skills mentoring, because I don't want to have somebody try to build a framework that they don't love, that they don't live with, that they're not inspired to fulfill. So see, I got a lot of tricks to share. I got a lot of skills to share. I got a lot of systems to share. But I find that not everybody is in the right place at the right time and to set themselves up for what they feel is prosperity or success. And so the only question I ask of all the audience is, where in that process of trying to find the right formula are you stressing yourself out? When you're stressing yourself out thinking, I don't have it right, it's not being done well, oh gosh, there's more I need to know, I can't do this until I have this in place, then you just added stress to your life. And it is the stress that will tear down your health. And I have been there. I am not talking about, I have never created stress. I created stress so bad in my life once I had to sell my business. So if you want to know more about that, you got to join me in my mastermind. And you have to ask for an invitation because it's very specific location. And it's not something that I'm blasting to the world because not everybody's ready for this conversation. So is it an exclusive conversation? No. Anybody could come, but can you hear what we will be saying? Maybe not, because it may not be your time. So here's how you people play with me, Marla. I'm a plethora of spirit, health, work, ethics, and they all combine for me. They live in my life in a very interesting way. And I find when I just have to market one of those aspects of my life, I feel like I'm in a cage. It doesn't work for me. I'm not, I'm a person who like is always outside the box looking for, I've never been in a box, but I'm outside that box going, ooh, what's out here? Oh, that didn't fit a box. Ooh, let me touch it. Let me feel it. Let me know it. So a good day hangover. A good day hangover is when you get up and you are tired from the excitement of yesterday and you are excited about today. And it might take you a little extra long to go, but a better way to be is to not look at that tired as a bad thing. Look back and say, this is an energy low right now. What do I need to do? Oh, wait a minute. I fired up yesterday. I used 3 days energy yesterday. So I'm going to give myself an extra half hour to do a little calming and maybe a little more meditation, maybe something to take care of myself instead before I push into the day. And then when you are feeling like your energy's back, you put that smile on your face and you get going and then you figure out what you need to do. But I'm going to tell you, life is more simple than we make it. We make it pretty dang complicated. And I, who have been a master complicator in my life, know that one. I know that one. So if you are sitting around and you're worried about your parents that are aging and they don't have a great attitude, then you got to look at, okay, is that attitude going to come into your life? And if it's going to come into your life, then you want to be in this class. If your parents are still vibrating and active, then ask me for the link so your parents can come and they can help us create this new culture of wisdom, this new paradigm of aging. We're going to dismantle the paradigm aging because here's the thing that really sets people off. There is no anti-aging. It is going to happen. You are going to die. But it's how you die. There is no reversing aging. It is here. This is how this is designed. This is designed to have a timeline, and we don't know what that timeline is. So when we want to optimize our lives, we optimize our health. And we optimize our health by not fighting our aging. We don't fight our aging. We embrace our aging. And when we embrace our aging, we actually get healthier because it's not seen as a disaster. It's not seen as, oh my God, what is next? And do you know that when you have some form of illness, that the high possibility and probability is it is just a discomfort, a dysregulation in your body. If you thought about everything that way, like it's a dysregulation, it's a disembodiment, do you think you could find solutions differently? And yes, Mythica, in other cultures, people revere aging. But I'm really speaking a little bit about the US culture. And I'm in this group I'm in, there's 160 countries involved. And what I'm excited about is I'm going to get to learn some of their perspectives on aging. You know, there's in our culture, we have a use it up or lose it mindset. It's like, what about use it up and savor? Or what about just put it out there and keep savoring it? And we're going to create our own culture within this aging paradigm. And when we create, and I've been creating my own culture for many, many years. And I had a great foundation for this. I mean, I used to get to sit on the front porch with my great-grandmothers, my two great-grandmothers on my mother's side. And we'd play anagrams. I'd watch one of them tat. And one was really positive and the other one was just like, yeah, she's kind of okay, but she was pretty structured. She was very German. Not that German is bad. She was just very structured. And my other great-grandmother, my grandfather's mom, she was just tenacious. She was tenacious. And, you know, she's like 90 pounds, and she pushes a 50-gallon water drum that has little spikes on it to aerate her lawn. We lived in dry Colorado, and she'd put water in that drum. It probably had to weigh 100 pounds. It weighed more than she did. And she'd push that every year, at least once a month. She made it to 84, and she drove until the day she did it, and then she was just gone the next day. She didn't have any in the hospital stuff going on. All of my grandparents, except for one, just, it was done. It was their time. They didn't have a lot of trauma. So when I talk about having a good day hangover, that means your ideas came together, you met great people that are going to help you spark your ideas and keep your life percolating. Percolation is the name of the game, not just getting it all right. Percolate. And then another thing about a good day hangover is somebody really loves your idea and they're ready to support you and collaborate with you. And then when you meet like-minded people like Mythica out here who knows how to create her own culture and make it sing, those are great days, and those are what you need to create great day hangovers. So I'm encouraging you to figure it out. And if you can't figure out what a good day hangover is and you want to get a hold of me with Success with Marla, I've got a link out there where you can schedule time with me. You can either ask me about social media marketing. You can ask me about how are you going to meet more people. You can ask me about email marketing, or you can just ask me about, hey, how do I get into your head, Marla? Well, you're not going to get into my head because it's my head. But let me tell you, I share my head anytime you want it. And I've got a new mastermind starting Tuesday noon Mountain Time. You need to ask me for the link. You can come in and pay for it. It is a membership group, but you're going to be free for a while as a guest. And let me introduce you to the prosperity consciousness community and the health and spirit conscious-minded community in which I've chosen to play as an additional part of my offerings. And my life is good, and I'm planning on having more good day hangovers. See you guys later. Bye.